Hello everyone, welcome here to my YouTube channel, that is Teacher Ann Official. Do not forget to subscribe. Today we are looking at an exciting lesson, which is conditionals, as many of you call them if clauses. So today we are looking at conditionals, that is first conditional, second conditional, third conditional, and at the last we shall look at zero conditional. These are the sentences you've been using in your daily conversations, and for my students they are examined. So you can get a notebook, you can get anything, and we learn together. So first of all, what is a condition? When one tells you I'm in a certain condition, maybe that person is in a certain situation or a circumstance. So when it comes here, conditionals, or you can say that they are if clauses. They are used to talk about the result of an imagined. You imagine something, and the if clause helps you to talk about the result. And then we are going to go to our first type, which is first conditional. In first conditional, we are talking about real possibility. You're thinking about things that may happen, and they may happen, or it is not guaranteed for them to happen, but on a certain percentage they are supposed to be happening. For example, one, if it rains, I will stay at home. If it rains, one may come up with this statement after seeing the sky is cloudy, and he is imagining that if it rains, he will stay at home. So there is certainty, there is a possibility of it raining. So in the first clause, how do we do the first clause sentences, the first conditional sentences? In the if clause, we use present simple tense. For example, here, if it rains. And in the main clause or the result clause, we use future tense. As our example here is, if it rains, I will stay at home. I think we are clear. We go to example 2. If she works hard, this is our if clause. Remember, in the if clause or conditional clause, we use present simple in the first conditional. If she works hard, meaning that there is a possibility of this girl working hard. Of course, in the future, she will pass her final exam. This is the result of the conditional sentence. So that is basically what we look at in conditional. In the first conditional, we are talking about real possibility. And then we go to second conditional. You can also make sentences of if clauses of the first conditional in the comment section. We go to second condition. What are we talking about in second conditional? As some of you call them if two. We are talking about unreal possibility, things that cannot happen. Example 1. If he worked hard, he would get a promotion. If he worked hard, he would get a promotion, meaning he is not working hard. Meaning there is not a possibility of this person working hard. Maybe because he has a lot of work besides that basic work, that main work. So it acts for unreal possibility. And the format of second conditional is, in the if clause, we use if plus past simple. As you can see in example 1, which is if he worked hard. This is our past simple. And in our main clause, we use would plus the verb. This stands for the verb, and we have he would get a promotion. We go to example 2. If I were you, I would not listen to him, meaning that you're not this person, and meaning that you're not listening to him. So basically, second conditionals, we are looking at unreal possibility, things that are not happening anytime, any soon. Our third type is third conditional, as some of you call it if 3. What are we looking at in third conditional? We are looking at things or at statements that you cannot reverse. We are looking at past events. Maybe it's like we are looking at something that has passed in the past form. For example, 1, if she had worked hard, she would have passed. If she had worked hard, she would have passed. In the first place, she never worked hard. In the second place, she didn't pass. So in third conditional, we are looking at past events. There is no possibility of them happening. Yes, and our format of the third conditional is, in the if clause we use if plus past perfect. Like here, if she had worked hard. Had worked hard is the past perfect tense. And then in the main clause we use would have plus past participle. Like here, she would have passed. And our second example is, if I had become a president, I would have made education free. There is no possibility of me becoming a president. I've told you that in third conditional, we are looking at past events. We are looking at things that cannot happen. We are looking at the past form. So maybe as I'm talking, as the person talking, if I had become a president, I would have made education free. Number one, in the if clause, I never became a president. And there is no hopes of me becoming a president. And in the main clause, I would have made education free. Of course, this is the result of the if clause, meaning that I never made education free because I was not a president. I think we are together with the first clause, with the first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. And lastly, we go to zero conditional. Zero conditional. What are we looking at in zero conditional? We are looking at the truth in general. We are looking at the habits that you always do, that you follow. We are looking at that certainty, truth in general. As example one, if you heat ice, it melts into water. For zero conditional, we are always talking about truth in general. Maybe most times it is always scientific truth. And in that, in the if clause, we use if plus present. As you see here, if you heat ice, it melts into water. And in the main clause, we also use present simple tense. As example 2, it gets dark if the sun goes down. It gets dark if the sun goes down. You can see that this is the scientific truth. It is real. So if it is real, we use it gets dark. This is the present simple in the main clause. And in the if clause, the sun goes down is also present simple. So particularly in zero conditional, we are talking about truth in general, scientific truth, habits. For example, if you don't own a car, you don't buy petrol. It is scientific truth and it is real. So basically, those are our 4 types, but we have the 3 main types of conditionals, and lastly we looked at zero conditionals. I hope you're picking up something. I hope you are noting down if you're a student, and I hope if you're an adult, you are picking something of the sentences you use daily but you don't know where they come from. So basically, these are the conditionals. As you can see that when you start with the if clause, you put the comma in the middle. But if you start with the main clause, you don't put the comma, meaning that the if is in the what? Is in the middle. Please take note of all the formats from first clause, second conditional, third conditional, and zero conditional. You will thank me later.